Hello and welcome back, fellow Ithacans and followers of Odysseus. This is the Heir of Carthage, of course, and we're going to continue our Ithaca campaign with Odysseus in the new Mythos mode on a Total War Saga Troy. Last night we actually got to play some multiplayer battles on my channel. That was on a stream. You can go check those out. They've been uploaded if you want to see it. I was joined by Jarl of the Appian Way, who covers a lot of this on his YouTube channel as far as Troy is concerned. And yeah, so go check that out when you get the chance. I think you'll have a good time with it. It looks like we were about ready to come in here and fight this. So let's go ahead and kick things off with a battle. I want to say thank you for those who were taking the time to support on the last one. I think I explained to you all over the last couple of episodes about the issues from the YouTube algorithm that basically tanks you when you try and make a series of long-form content like campaign videos, and it just puts you into a death spiral. I, of course, don't really depend on YouTube for income, but what I don't want to do is have my channel completely and utterly tanked by YouTube, because I do enjoy having the hobby, and I do very much enjoy making this content for you all. So if you continue to support, it is much appreciated, and I've been trying to have a little bit of fun with this, rather than just asking people to leave some random old comment, which does help, and if that's what you want to do, then absolutely. Like, some people have just left a comment that literally says comment or algorithm, and that's totally fine. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the help that you all are willing to give me. It is very, very helpful indeed. Now, that said, I wanted to do something fun. On my Warhammer video, I was asking people to tell me what their favorite legendary lord is from the Warhammer lore, and so here, we are now in the Iliad, Odyssey? Yeah, Iliad. I get all this stuff confirmed. Anyway, whatever. We're in the Trojan Wars here. Who is your favorite character from the this telling of mythology here? I think it was the Iliad, the Trojan Wars here. Who's your favorite character? I don't really know. I didn't read it a bunch. Do you have a favorite character? Tell me about him and tell me why, and I'll take the chance to go through and read all those comments. And I'll leave you a reply as well as a thank you. So appreciate the continued support. We are going to get finished setting up our troops here. I mean, my heavy sword skirmisher should be fine over there. I'm going to put a little bit of support. Is this... yeah, reinforcements for the bad guys coming from over there, actually. Let's just focus on breaking through over here then. I don't want to deploy more troops closer to their reinforcements and put myself at further risk. This'll work.
The enemy is receiving reinforcements.
Ooh, they didn't guard this. Let's move in. Alright. I have a lot of javelins. If we could get a bunch of javelins into this leader, that would be good.
The foe has sighted your
Try and weaken up some of his hit points. Ooh, with his back turned as well. Get him! Throw those javelins. Yeah! Not bad. See, that's where a relatively weak unit like these sword skirmishers can actually end up being quite powerful because of the precursor javelins that they have available. Push this way. And let's see here. I'm gonna take a couple light sword runners in that direction. Alright, so I've got a push started over here. Let's try and kind of collapse in on these units. I'm gonna go attack the enemy hero with my griffin. This is gonna be a bit of a risk though, because my griffin is pretty low on hit points at the moment, so this may end up being folly for me. Push. I don't really want to get stuck on that slinger right now, but I guess we are. Alright, griffin, let's go ahead and get out of here for now. Going to go get rid of those slinger. Actually, I don't want these guys to do it anymore. Alright, got my griffin back to safety. Good. Some of you are wanting me to name the griffin Peter, and I really like that idea, so it'll be kind of a play on the Family Guy character. I don't really watch Family Guy a lot, but I have to admit that even not being a huge fan of the show, that Peter Griffin really did have some pretty hilarious moments. Sometimes Family Guy was a little too much for me. Some of you might be surprised by that because I really like Futurama, and in some ways it is the same. And I would agree with you, in some ways it is the same. Family Guy goes a little too far for me sometimes, but it's, like I said, nevertheless, it has definitely had some humorous moments in the show. Not even I will attempt to deny such. So yeah, Peter Griffin would be pretty funny. Alright, I'm gonna pull my skirmishers all the way around here. I've got Odysseus heading around. Their lord is getting trashed in the fight with my heavy sword skirmishers. We're pretty well laying. I can't believe how long these slingers... Oh, they are renowned slingers, but they're holding out an exceptionally long time against my troops. I am impressed. Those slingers are indeed renowned. Alright, fight it. Fight and win, men. Fight and win. I actually take one of these units up here, I think. Let's get up here and let's destroy this militia. Alright, we just put a lot of javelins into that militia and routed them. Let's get set up for another good volley of javelins here. We got some... I go ahead and pull this unit back because we went ahead and made a break over here. Alright, let's clean that up. Our javelins just got attacked. That is not what I want. So let's go see if we can clean up these harpies.
One of your units has no more ammunition.
It's probably one of my sword runners that ran out of ammo right there. Let's fall back for a second. Got incoming hostiles here. Alright, we want to keep our javelins away from the fight because those are very important damage-dealing units for us. I'm going to try and maybe kind of crowd them over to this flank a little and see if I can get some good flank shots. Pop those abilities, and now we can bring our main group all the way back over here to the capture points. And javelins, let's go fire at will. See if we can crunch this infantry blob right here with a quick volley of javelins from the unshielded flank. See how I'm pulling them back with my infantry units? I'm going to take a little bit of damage in doing that, but I'm going to pull them back and make them vulnerable to my skirmishers and to the bow fire from Odysseus. Ooh, yeah, that was good. That was good. We got a lot of damage done in there. I should be able to finish up these axemen. Push up here. Alright, so they've got skirmishers back in the victory area. Capture point, whatever we want to call this. Victory point, I think would technically be accurate here. Okay, let's move our skirmishers up. I'm trying to be careful with my griffin because if I get too close to those archers, it probably could KO my griffin. And I really don't want that to happen. Alright, we are moving into the victory point. All of our troops. Get you all some close-ups too, because this game does look good and it deserves the close-ups. Now, even though my computer can totally handle running this game on Ultra, for some reason I get weird frame lag on not my game, but in the recording on my OBS software whenever I run this game on Ultra and record it at the same time. Now, I can run this game on Ultra. It runs better than Warhammer in terms of frame rates. But I'm running it on high right now, and what's funny is that on a lower graphics settings, this game looks better than Warhammer and runs at probably 2 or 3 times the frame rate that I'm getting in Warhammer. And so this also makes me excited, hopefully, for Warhammer 3. CA will take their time and implement some of the things they clearly learned in this game when it comes to performance in the Total War engine, because I've never seen performance be so good in a Total War game as it has been in Troy. I feel like the Sophia studio for CA really did some stellar work Brutal, Odysseus. Come on, the man was down. Alright, let's occupy their territory here. So, exceptional warriors found. Necromantian? Female creatures of strange reputation. They become allied. So we have some mythical units we can get. And that will... Oh, it's the harpies here, I believe. Yeah, so you can see whenever you do get access to certain mythical units, I believe it shows it. I see sirens there. And then it's harpies all through here, which is why we were fighting. And you can actually see them kind of floating around up here. That's really cool. Map looks really good. So we own 3 of the 4 settlements here. The last one is kind of way off over here. And we'll worry about that one later. It's going to be at a later time. I think I'm not really worried about taking that at the moment. We do have some rebels that popped up behind me. And this is a neutral army right here, so we don't have to worry about them attacking me. Well, I mean, unless they want to declare war, which they might. You never know. People can start disliking you rather suddenly in this game. Alright, so back to Ithaca. We can improve our smelter at the cost of quite a lot of gold. I mean, we are going to have gold coming in. It's going to be the same story. It's going to take a lot of gold to upgrade certain buildings here. Before we do, I'm going to take some time and do some of the simpler upgrades, like at these ports. Ooh, man, I love the soundtrack in this game, too.
A well-placed blade can
This sounds really nice. Oh, speaking of, I wanted to do some recruitment, and I want to use my safe haven to do it.
the helping hand.
So let me show you all how we might be able to accomplish this. I'm going to go put a safe haven in up here. Alright, so we've established a safe haven. And we can see here, at this safe haven, I would be able to get heavy sword skirmishers, island club warriors, light spearmen, and spear runners. This other one would provide me the ambushers and stuff, so... provides access to advanced units. You cannot build insufficient funds. Tier 2 safe havens is what we want to build. But we don't have the funds for it. Let's go cancel some of the port construction we did down here and get the funds in place. Yes! Build the Islander Shack. And this will allow me to get some decent units while not having to go all the way back to Ithaca. And this is actually one of the things that I like most about the faction of Ithaca, is you can really stay mobile and have a lot of fun in my attention. Okay, after a successful assassination, we inflict extra attrition, or we can do 5% morale after a successful action against a foreign hero. Let's do this here. Okay, end our turn. Once we've built our safe haven, I'm going to move forward and do some recruiting. Probably another good reason not to throw out all my gold. I don't think I need gold to recruit any of the units that I'm interested in. I feel like Sparta's busy at work here, aren't they? Like quite a ways north for Sparta, too. It is. But Menelaus is really going north. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the... Yeah, look at it. He's just sailing off all over the place. Spartans everywhere. I don't think it ended well for him there, but Spartans everywhere. So Ajax the Lesser wants a barter. No. I might be about to use quite a bit of that bronze. Also, no. Stop giving me your barters. I'll tell you when I'm interested, and neither one of those is really striking my fancy. I did have some people commenting about the barters, and some people were saying that the barters are always really bad. Some people think that I should take them more often. You know, some of both is probably true, in the sense that there are probably times where I should take the barters in order to get some of the things I'm looking for a little quicker. However, I think the other comment does hold some truth too, in that a lot of the barters are really bad and just not very good. So, yeah, I think it kind of just depends. Income from raising, income from sacking. Oh my goodness, then when we sack, we get 15% to casualty replenishment? On this side of the token, we get better ambush success chances. We and the increased charge of units when ambushing. So this one makes us just really much better at ambushing. It's kind of cool. We're going to be fine ambushing. I don't think we have to become more powerful. I kind of want this raising thing, because there might be opportunities to take advantage of that. And, you know, like if we need some replenishment and we're far afield and we don't really care about occupying that settlement right away, we might raise it, get some replenishment to help make ourselves safe. There's harpies and then harpy fiends. I feel like harpies would do me a lot of good. Right now, let's just take a look at their melee stats. So they're fast, they're pretty crap, and they do a little bit of damage on the charge. Would really just be best for running down enemy skirmishers or keeping enemy skirmishers busy. Harpy fiends are obviously probably slightly better in melee. Yeah, it's calling them a decent melee combatant. So slightly better version in melee. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's the same thing here. Access to harpies, which I'm not particularly interested, honestly, in harpies. I don't really feel a big need for this. So I'm gonna ignore the harpies and just get more food and production here. And we've built the gold mine we want. It's going to take a fair bit more wood, not a ton. On the next turn, we should be able to build the goldsmith here. We don't have high influence here yet, but I expect we will, which is why that is what I want to build. So yes, I know I won't get the full impact of the high influence gold at the moment, but I believe we will. I'm going to hold off on construction. And same thing with the settlement upgrades. Odysseus is still replenishing, so we're okay. And then our spy can go do something else, which, I don't know. How about we try and kill this person? There we go. Well done, sir. All right, let's end our turn. I'm not giving up stone, especially not for 10 turns, so have a nice day, sir. You have been rejected. Forthwith. Let's see here. So again, I'm not giving up stone, so shove off. Once I have a nice little supply of stone for myself, then I will gladly barter with you all. Well, so the same rebel army is back. They got themselves a shielded spearman, which sucks. That unit is new, and their lord is new, which also sucks. This is kind of irritating, but we're going to have to try and fight and deal with this. It's going to call it a defeat if I auto-resolve it, so I'm going to have to try it manually. Irritating that we defeat these rebels, and they get to pick up a new lord and new units even after having been defeated. I think once you defeat the rebels, I think it's okay if you didn't chase them all down, if they still survive, but that should end... Like, think about what you're saying here. The rebels fight and lose, and then that inspires more people to join their cause? What? No. So, CA, please. Fix this crap. Like, again, they can not be dead because I didn't chase them down. I don't have any issue with that particular decision, but... I mean, when they fight and lose, they would not be gaining any more support from people, is what I'm imagining. Okay, I'm going to kind of blob up here because it looks like the AI is going to come straight at me. Hopefully the chariots will come up front. We can javelin their chariots to death. That is one of their more dangerous units they have here. And then we can save the rest of my javelins for killing off their lord and the remaining shielded spearmen that they have brought to the battle. I'm using my young spears as kind of bait. Right, looks like one chariot down. I'm going to start targeting the shielded spearmen with my archer hero. It's going to be the second chariot down. Any moment now. Yep, there it goes. Now my javelins, I'm going to target the enemy lord. I'm going to try and make kind of a hole here where the enemy lord ends up being an easier target. I'm going to fall back just a little.
Are losing heart.
Put some javelins in that. We'll go ahead and flee up the hill just a little. throw the clubmen, or hang on. Let them come a little farther forward.
Whatever your
Right,
unit
now
has
attack
no
them,
more
now
ammunition.
attack. Start killing off some of these guys and throw some javelins downhill into that fight. Alright, so I'm going to use my lore to try and pick apart some of their skirmishers. They're not terribly blobs, so I don't know how well I'm going to do here or not.
Your warriors are rallying.
Well, that's good. I'll take what I can get. We are definitely getting these shielded spearmen dealt with to a degree. My lord is somehow blocked from firing, even though he has a bow and could easily make that shot. I mean, look, their slingers are making a much more difficult shot, and you're telling me that my lord can't make the same shot. That doesn't make much sense. We need to try and free up this lord for some javelins in the spine. Run away. Really don't want those slingers shooting me anymore. It's really quite annoying. I'm gonna need all the javelins I can get.
Your warriors
Alright.
have been routed.
Start killing the spearmen. I've got to do everything I can with my ambushers to damage this lord. We're in a bit of a dicey situation here. My javelins can't do a lot more damage real quick to that warlord warmonger. We are in big trouble. Because he is going to wreck my archer hero in melee. Especially with the help of some of these other units. Look at this. Despite taking all
Your
those
hero is under attack.
javelins, those shielded spearmen survive. Alright, well, we're going to lose the battle, unfortunately. So we defeated the rebels the first time. And after their defeat, somehow they went and convinced people that by being defeated, you should definitely join the rebel cause. And when they did so, they managed to come back and win the fight, even though they should have lost. And I was like moments away from getting my Aristeia, which may have turned around the fight for me, but then we didn't, so whatever. Series of unfortunate events is what it is. Tried what I could do. Wasn't able to get the job done. With that new warmonger, it basically gave them all the power that they needed. We killed the warmonger last time. And so, of course, whenever a rebel leader is defeated, we should, again, definitely replace him, because when you lose, it definitely convinces people to join your cause. Losing is always a solid reason to join someone's cause. So absolutely ignorant. I need that bronze. What I'm going to do is just raise another hero. We need to anyway. So let's go ahead and recruit a hero back here. We need to look at their different stats here, like what gives them motivation. So this guy gets mad when he has to stay encamped or has to fight battles in his own territory, so I don't want anything to do with him. This one gets motivation if he ends her turn and Aphrodite is respected, so we can't really mess with that because I'm not dealing with Aphrodite right now. This guy is motivated after he loots, sacks, or raises, and ends the turn in an owned province with organized games. That's way too specific, so we're going to ignore him. You all can see why I don't like this whole motivation system. It's way too specific. Let's see. This guy is motivated when he wins a battle. That's straightforward. And ends a turn in an owned province with a positive populace. He loses motivation by losing battles. And when he ends a turn in an owned province with a negative... Okay, that is simple enough. I'll take this Fighter Vanquisher because I've been playing a lot of bow heroes. And there we go. I just need a few units in his army to help me out. And I'm going to get probably just a couple of decent infantry, and then we'll mostly stack up some of these guys and go get rid of those rebels that are up there. Shouldn't be too hard now. Now, speaking of getting better infantry, we do have, at this point, our safe haven. We can use said safe haven. Going to go ahead and merge all of these sword skirmishers, and we will dump... I'll dump a unit with the lower chevrons. Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's dump these guys, disband.
Odysseus of Ithaca.
Alright, I want some heavy sword skirmishers.
Consider it done.
So that'll give me a couple more heavy sword skirmishers. Let's look at these light spearmen. You get a bonus versus large, and they're pretty swift of foot. Spear runners have a missile weapon, which I really like. And they also get a bonus versus axes, swords, and large. And they're even swifter afoot, but they cost a fair bit of bronze upkeep and gold to recruit. That said, I feel like they would be worth it. Go ahead and punt this unit just because I don't want to wait a long time for it to replenish. Yeah, it's going to cost us... I feel like a couple of those units could be great for flanking attacks. Chasing stuff. So, anti-large in case we run into giants or something like that. This will go ahead and make this army quite a bit stronger. I would like to have a couple more heavy sword skirmishers, but we'll make do with what we can. So anyway, I really like the recruitment and rebellion here too. Alright, we're going to have to deal with some rebellions, so it's a good thing we made that other army. Alright, they want gold for wood. I'm not making any barters right now. I might need my units and would rather them leave me alone. Right, again, they want something that I'm not willing to give them right now. And I'm not even really interested in the result. I don't really care if I have a non-aggression pact with that faction. So I suppose if they want those resources from me, they might ought to offer something that I actually care to receive. Well, no chariots this time, that's good news. And I get extra skirmishers, so I'm definitely feeling confident that we can win this one. So let's go ahead and fight. I have an idea here that I want to try out and see if it's an effective way of fighting. Actually, I don't know if there's going to be any choke... Yeah, I think there will be some choke points here. I have an idea with the choke points. I want to give it a shot. Ooh, nice rainy weather you'll get to enjoy here. Okay, so actually no, not as many choke points here because of this map. That is unfortunate. Well, what happens if I run headlong at these guys? I can't take on their lord. They do have superior range, and I could do a lot of damage to those young spears and these club warriors with my skirmishers because neither one is shielded. So I think what I want to do is this. I want to kind of like see there is a bit of choke pointing right here. Then I can put these skirmishers up front. And I'm going to start doing a little bit of skirmishing with these units here as well. Alright, so let's start the battle. I'm going to use my Archer Lord to take a couple pot shots at the approaching troops. Actually, I'm going to move him a little further back to do that, just to be safe. Just to play it on the safe side a little bit here. I'm pretty certain we can win this. We have to defeat 2 shielded spearmen, but if I can get my javelins into the young spears and the club warriors, I can try and turn some of their infantry advantage rather quickly. I am going to fire at the shielded spearmen because they're the most blobbed. And I should get multiple kills per shot, and the shielded spearmen are ultimately one of the larger threats that we have to face here. I killed 9 of them. I'll take a couple more if I can get them. I do not want that happening, so I'm going to fall back a little here. 15 kills there. Let's fall back a little further. I'm going to target the club warriors with my slingers. Now, as the enemy approaches, I'll go ahead and pull back forward for a moment. So we got the club warriors being assaulted. Let's target this blob right here with the javelins. Target that blob with our Archer Lord. Okay. Got some cheap shots in. Alright, let's get our Lord back to safety. Actually, now that their Lord's busy, let's go get behind their lines. I'm going to try and get up here on the hill. I'm going to try and bring these slingers around here. Alright, fire into the back of this, please. Try and kill as many of their infantry as I can. I'm up to 33 kills.
Your warriors are losing heart.
I really don't have a great angle for my javelins, unfortunately. Oh, I am fortunately getting a lot of kills with my hero. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I knew we were going to get troubles with being overwhelmed by their infantry. My skirmishers are going to have to make up for it, including my lord.
The warriors have been routed.
I think these guys are still set to skirmish. They are. I'm gonna run away. I'm not gonna give them a fight with my hero. Their slingers are doing quite well against my island skirmishers. I don't know how their spearmen are catching me. I'm losing a lot of speed for some reason. I don't know if that's the rain or what, but that's actually bodes very poorly for me. And despite having just completely unloaded javelins immediately into the rear of this fight, we are having very little effect on it.
Warriors are rallying.
Leave me alone, for goodness sakes. Cannot seem to get away from these guys. Leave some of my skirmishers into a skirmish mode. Your lord is not going to be able to catch my skirmishers, which is cool, but my lord can't stay ahead of even their medium infantry, which is really not so cool. This is really frustrating, in fact. Take the spear runner around here and try and get my lord out of this fight. I have really been pumping the damage into these spears, and it really hasn't made much difference. Alright, so... oh, okay, sweet! My lord ran away from some infantry. Perfect, we lose again. Alright, well, I blew it. I was hoping there would be some more choke points here. I had an idea. It didn't work out that way, and unfortunately I'm going to lose the battle. I was not able to accomplish what I needed to. Their infantry overwhelmed me faster than I expected them to. I think it's going to cost us. Somehow my slingers have managed to get caught by a unit that is slower than they are.
Take care. You are losing ground.
Yeah, my lord is going to get chased all the way off the battlefield by some club warriors. What a disgrace. Yeah, there's no way to win this, that's for sure. Let's just go ahead and fast forward. This one's over. Would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Not with my lord being chased off the battlefield by a bunch of scrub club warriors. Alright, well, unfortunate. 2 setbacks for me. I mean, we're going to undo those setbacks relatively quick, but still frustrating nonetheless. And there may be better ways. Like, I may not be doing this right. There may be ways to win that. I am still learning this game and kind of learning how to try and game the AI. Sometimes I've had really good success with it. In this case, in the last one, not so much. My ideas just did not go according to how I thought they might. I thought that I would have a better opportunity, and in fact, almost half wonder, maybe I should have thrown my lord in to create a blob to unload my javelins and stuff on and then countercharge with my own infantry. But then again, I don't know. Obviously, my lord was extremely weak and didn't hold up well. But we're going to need more troops than I had initially thought, this army, to deal with some of these rebellions. My income is now considerably lower because we lost some settlements that contribute to it, though food is actually probably as important to us as anything else is here at the moment. I'll go ahead and get this small Apioika. I don't need the other gold thing here at the moment. We don't have a war in the north, so I do believe I'm going to go ahead and just try and force march south. Get over here to get my settlements back. And I'm going to have to go a little bit in the hole on food upkeep with this army because I am going to just need some extra strength here. And I think this is basically telling me that we're going to be in the negative in terms of food upkeep, and that's fine. I get that. I'm going to grab one more here, a couple more sword skirmishers, and then we should be fine on that army. Like I said, it's going to drive me to the negative in terms of food upkeep, but we should be able to turn it around. Feel pretty confident that we can do it. let's end this one. Let's go get our territory back. Air's gonna have to get his game on and try and be better at these small settlement defenses. Like I said, sometimes I've had really good success with them. I've been kind of impressed at what I was able to pull off, but the last couple, I haven't been real impressed with myself. So apparently still lessons to learn. Still lessons to learn. Yeah, see, this is now turned into its own faction. Or was conquered. I think it was conquered. Who are these guys allies with? Anybody?
To discuss.
Enemies, and they have a trade partner. Okay, I'm gonna take their stuff because I want my settlements back. So I'm gonna go take their stuff from them. They have some extra food here too that I want. And we need a war, so I'm just gonna come up here and get in their face and take my stuff back from them.
We will win through. Take them out.
And I've got my second army on the move. And we're gonna go get into the fights. Negative food, as expected. Lower on bronze, but still positive, which is great because I have significantly better melee capabilities now. Having these spear runners and heavy sword skirmishers. I'll probably get some more heavy sword skirmishers as the opportunity eventually provides. Let's end this turn again. And begin the process of some more conquering here. We'll take Astakos, and then we'll move over to Agrinian and try and take the food from Agrinian. That might help make up for some of what we've lost here. I don't want your barters right now, please. Unless someone's going to hand me a big chunk of food for something I don't need. Wow, those guys don't realize what it is that I'm about to do. Oh, I think they're going for this other settlement is what they're doing. Melee attack for all units on recruitment. Melee defense on recruitment. Lowers construction times. Influence faction line. Influence faction line would be good. Quest relics. Well, hey, you really shouldn't have left your settlement wide open to me, but I do appreciate you just handing it back to me. Rather nice of you. I'll yoink that. Take it right off your hands. It's no problem whatsoever. If you enjoyed the neck stabbing and decapitation.
This city is ours now.
Alright, that's gonna get me a little extra bronze. Hopefully they didn't ruin anything that I was building here. Doesn't appear so. Go ahead and build the bronze workshop. Now I have this army. See, they're moving up here because they want this pirate settlement. What they're looking for.
Send them packing.
I need to win this battle decisively enough to have enough left to try and face that army who will probably go ahead and attack me here. So let's go ahead and fight this and hopefully gain ourselves a pretty decisive victory. And I think we can, with our precursor javelins and overwhelming numbers here, we should, and we've got a fighter here too who ought to be better at helping to headlong lead my troops straight into combat versus having to sit back with a bow. Let's do the fog because I don't have any skirmishers. I don't know where these guys are going to deploy, but I can assume probably mostly here in the middle. Put our light units on the flank because they have better speed. And just line up like this. My lord is going to take a while to arrive on station, but risk I'm willing to take. I want to get in the face of the AI quickly. See, that also takes away the ability of their slingers to get a little extra work done. Okay. He used an ability that pulled my sword runners into combat with them. That's actually fine. I'm about to get a really nice rear charge here on all these units. Oh yeah, we got these guys. They're getting wrecked. I'm gonna use this because it'll give me more speed. Hopefully get my lord across the map in time. He's gonna need some vanguard attributes. He wants to keep up with the armies of Ithaca. But my armies did their job extraordinarily well and ended this battle rather quickly. And we should still be fairly capable of defense here, depending on what that other army brings. I mean, if they have some units that are particularly good against my heavy sword skirmishers, then we might have some trouble. I'm not really going to have much of a garrison to help me because we will have just conquered this back, so I expect that our garrison defense will be quite weak when it would normally be quite decent. I expect that we won't have any support from that, but he only has 13 units. We have 11.
You ask too
I mean,
much.
these shielded spearmen are okay. The regular spearmen should get beaten. I don't know what all else they have out here, but like I said, hopefully we're going to be able to hold our own.
Your path to victory.
Get some islanders here. Honestly, might as well grab a couple just in case. We can always disband some units as we need to. They may go for this settlement because now it will be vulnerable. I can't do anything about that, though it does likely have a garrison. It's not going to be a good one. They have a garrison. It's not a good one. Alright, well, doing what we can. We've got a royal decree available because we finished what we were working on, so let's go to this next one. People want me to go for the Trojan Horse, so let's get the Trojan Horse. Go look at Divine Will. We can do another Hecatomb for Ares. Take a chunk out of my food, but that moves him up to a whole new level here. So we're going to get more income from raiding. We get +1 happiness per war, and we get plus 20% melee attack to our swords and axes, so that's actually really handy. That is really handy indeed. We're going to fall out of favor. We won't stay high enough for very long, but you know, for a turn or two, we're going to have it here. All right, let's end this. So if that army over there does attack me, at least I will get the benefit of the improved swords, which affects basically all my melee units. Non-aggression pact, and they're offering me wood for it. I don't know why I really care, so no. These guys are offering me food if I give them bronze. They want quite a lot of bronze for 7 turns. They give me 7 turns of food. You know what? Let's. I'm okay with this. I think I can afford that trade at the moment. That'll help shore up my food. Yep, sure enough, they came and attacked me, and as expected, I don't really get any help from a garrison. There's more club warriors than I would like to see at the moment. So I don't know whether we can win this or not, but we will certainly make the attempt. It's gonna really depend on whether or not my units are better than theirs in melee. And I don't know how these club warriors are gonna perform against my swords. Just do not. I definitely want my lord fighting right alongside my men for this one. I will not be doing any vanguard. Lloyd, we are outnumbered. They may be totally superior to me here. I'm not 100% certain. Something like this. I do want to cover the distance because they have slingers and I do not. Their lord is out on one flank, 1343 damage. It's basically the same as mine. Maybe with a little melee support we can handle him. See the speed difference. Look at the speed difference in units. So a lot of people always ask me, like, does this game actually have any unit variety? Yes, it does. Mass makes a big difference in how things react. And then look at the speed difference. Even over that very short run, look how quickly my heavy units get left behind by the light units. There is a difference. Well, I don't understand why that matters. They're just a little faster. It does matter. The speed definitely matters. Because it makes a difference in them flanking or possibly being able to catch up with skirmishers or other type units. So it most assuredly does matter. Take this unit that way to help. Okay.
I've got this.
I'd like to go.
Ends here. Knights of Ares.
Engage their lord.
Your hero is under attack.
Indeed he is. Woo! They've got Zeus Lightning. CA, please nerf.
Weapons oil!
Well, I'm already kind of losing to their lord here, so that's not exactly ideal. And then the infantry fight is also going very poorly for me against their club warriors, so also not ideal. So it looks like we're going to lose this as well.
Your warriors
Oh,
are
well,
losing
no.
heart.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm somehow getting a big advantage on their lord. I mean, I think we're still going to lose this, but maybe we'll get lucky. Some of my heavies can hold on. Make a fight out of this. Come on, take this guy out. Take him out. Oh, we are doing really good against their lord, but I am losing sword skirmishers at a very rapid pace, unfortunately. Need them to come back from routing.
Warriors are rallying.
Okay, I just routed their lord. I'm gonna see if I can help clean up this fight here for a minute. Yes. Alright, so let's slow this down for a second. I can take my sword skirmishers, run down those Achaean slingers. I can take this unit and try and move around the flank of these spearmen and bust them up. I'm losing some heavies over here, but I'm getting some troops coming back from routing that can come assist. And I'm gonna try and take my lord over here to help deal with theirs for a second too.
By Ares, your warriors are rallying.
Boy, this is rough. Yeah, this is rough. Alright, so I got all these units back. Good, let's go back and support in this fight. Throw a couple in here, throw some support here. I'm gonna actually chase their lord for the time being. If I can keep him going, I think that'll make a bigger difference. Oh, look at this. Look at this, folks. Starting to get some advantages over here. Oh, their lord came back from routing while I was chasing him. What a load of horse plop. What a fat load of horse crap.
One of your units has no more ammunition.
Try and pinch this unit here. That is so BS. Like, that is some big BS. Well, my heavy sword skirmishers are good. They're just not going to be able to overwhelm all of their enemies over here, unfortunately. And these club warriors are cycle charging, which is not good for me either. Many things going wrong for me here. I can't allow that. I gotta countercharge their lord. Oh, and he got his Aristea, of course, but I don't have mine, even though he was routing, and I have been fighting in combat longer than he has now. Some more big BS.
Your warriors have been routed.
Man, must be nice, AI. Must be nice to get it absolutely handed to you on a platter. Enjoy it. Alright, well, we tried. We tried. We didn't really have a whole lot invested in that particular hero anyway, so it is what it is. We tried. I could have chosen not to attack those pirates and then done some more recruiting, and maybe that's what we should have done, but whatever. Died trying, caused some damage in the process. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Odysseus of Ithaca.
Okay. I'm gonna get over here and pin this guy down. So he may have gotten the better of me there, but we won't let it last for long.
Bring chaos.
Ah, in fact, it won't last at all. So, hope you enjoyed your victory there, Sir Cheats a lot. Alright, get to come back from routing while being pursued. And then get your Aristea, even though you haven't fought as long. I don't know exactly how that builds. Again, maybe they had a skill point or something that helped them gain rage faster. Possible, but seems convenient is all I'm saying. Just seems convenient. All right, let's go ahead and recruit another hero. I do want another hero. I'll see if I can find another one that's like tolerable. Ends the turn garrison or encamped when he wins a battle, as the defender loses motivation when he ends a turn in enemy territory or after he ends a turn in forced march. Might be able to make him work. think this would be okay. Let's try it.
Always with honor.
Alright, I'm gonna be a little low on bronze right now, but it's okay. I'm gonna need some heavies. We're definitely gonna need some heavies to have any prayer of holding up very long in a melee. And I've got multiples of them here. I don't have the wood to repair it, do? Or yeah, we got the wood. We can repair it. Is this what I want, though? Here, yes it is. Alright, good. Our food situation, of course, is much better now. We've taken this settlement back. We are now getting the high influence bonus. So that's good news. Bronze, I definitely want more bronze. We have a lot of gold. I feel like we could go ahead and spend some of that gold. Let's end our turn. So now we're going to have a couple of armies fielded. One probably a little smaller than the other, but that's fine. It can help us kind of protect our holdings. While Odysseus is probably the more aggressor. I'm not interested in your packs. I do not need them. And I'm not interested in your barter. Alright, so a bit of action here that was unexpected. Bit of unexpected action. I need to make my way over here as quickly as... Let's just kind of get out to sea. Hit the full speed, and then I want to get to this settlement as quickly as we can. Got some skill point action to take care of here. Is this ability? So replenishes the hit points of targeted friendly units. That could be really helpful, in fact. And this one... Let's see. 2.5 to the hero's hit points. Favor... Specialization. Okay, so I'm assuming it's slightly better. Yeah, plus 10 hit points per second. That one reduces the cooldown. Let's use that. That could be a very handy ability, especially if we can heal my heavy units while they're in combat. That would help quite a lot, in fact. Go ahead and build that. Right, so we got some units here. Definitely took a hit on our food, but that's okay.
I will do so.
Let's just go ahead and stack that army up there. Make my faction stronger and give me much more capability in repulsing attacks from rebels, enemies that get around our lines, that type of stuff. Right, they want gold and they'll give me a bunch of wood. I do not agree. Military access. They'll give me some wood for it. I don't really think you need it right now. But maybe later, if I feel like it makes sense. Alright, our cult level to Ares went down. Speaking of, we had that cult level to Ares thing and we were still losing there too. Dadgum. Well, I guess that's just the way it goes. I think this guy gains influence when he's garrisoned. I'm going to come over here. I think he's motivated. Look at his... Where was his motivation crap that I have to look at? Yeah, right here. So he doesn't like to be in enemy territory, and he doesn't like to be in a forced march. Okay. Alright, well I won't do either one of those things to him.
A seasoned warrior. Favored by Athena.
Construction available. Let's take a look at some of the construction available. We can build... Nope, I want this one. I need more wood. End our turn. We should be building extra influence due to that little dilemma thing that popped up too. That'll help me get better influence in all these newly conquered places. So they're demanding bronze for a non-aggression pact. I see no reason to give you such. It's nice of you to demand it. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree. These people want gold for wood. I'm not interested. So we can harvest early and get an extra food, but we lose a little bit of happiness and resources. Or we lose 20% from the burnt crops. Man, either way, this kind of sucks. So I'll do that one. Wasn't ideal.
Odysseus of Ithaca.
Right, I'm gonna snag their settlement here. Try and wipe this faction out. Take control of all their resources for myself.
Occupy this place.
Alright, so we got more food, though it's just from this... The only thing we can really do here is just this main settlement, but that's still, it's food that we get. I want this agent down here. Let's see if we can try and assassinate the rival. Go ahead and garrison this guy. I actually think that'll gain him motivation, if I remember right, and it'll help us a little bit with the public order issues that we're no doubt going to continue to face in some of these settlements over the next few turns. But there we go, some good progress. So solidified the situation, got better troops, got a second army, took a little more territory, defended territory that we were at risk of losing, and now should be able to further add to our territory by marching on Caledon here. So I will see you all in the next episode. Do appreciate all your support, and appreciate those who are enjoying this. I love making it. It's always a pleasure. I hope to see you again soon with some more action in a Total War Saga Troy.